you can do power.
TBC, modern day, baby, modern day, modern day, pound for pound.
Today I get some.
Wait, what?
How would you give the blueprint to Terence to beat Canelo Alvarez?
Just need to do his job, what he's doing well. You know, he's changing his stance, he's moving a lot, you know, he's keeping distance. Like this he could win, of course, not with changing punches with him.
How good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing. And
He said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
Really? Is that good?
How to learn boxing, you know.
Really?
He's a very good fighter. Yeah, I like to watch his fights.
Pound for pound number one?
Yeah, probably he is now because he is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes.
It's crazy.
Dmitry Bivol hasn't just voiced his support for Terence Crawford ahead of his upcoming showdown with Canelo Alvarez. He has officially joined Crawford's training camp to help him prepare for the highly anticipated bout this September. During their training sessions, Bivol focused primarily on one key aspect of Crawford's game, his footwork. It's a crucial skill that Crawford needs to refine as he moves up to a higher weight class. Although Crawford is already known for having some of the sharpest footwork in boxing today, it's worth noting that Dmitry Bivol is a true master of that very craft. They spend a considerable amount of time sparring, shadow boxing, and training alongside other fighters. Footwork proved to be the deciding factor when Bivol went toe-to-toe with a dangerous puncher Artur Beterbiev. Not only did he hold his own, but he also lasted a full 24 rounds with him. Canelo Alvarez has struggled against opponents who don't stay stationary, as seen in his lackluster performance against William Skull. At the same time, fans often criticize fighters who move too much and appear to be running. Bivol found the perfect balance in his bout against Canelo, applying consistent pressure while staying mobile. He remained close enough to land effective punches and used clean, efficient footwork to evade shots. He didn't run. He boxed with precision, intelligence, and style.
You're not staying, but what you are doing. And then
Who do you think has more power out of the two?
Canelo, of course, he got used to this weight class more than Crawford. He needs to get used to this power, even he's big.
So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him.
If anyone wants a real chance of defeating Canelo Alvarez, they need to emulate Dmitry Bivol's movement, not the stiff, predictable style shown by William Skull. Bivol is one of only 2 men to have ever beaten Canelo, and the most recent to do so. That's why it's crucial for Crawford to absorb every lesson he can from Bivol ahead of their massive fight. When Bivol was asked what Crawford needs to do to win, he emphasized the importance of adjusting to the power and pace at 168 pounds. It's a big shift, Bivol said. It's not just about physical strength. Mindset is key. If a fighter isn't mentally prepared, fear can set in. And when fear creeps in, the body shuts down. Weakness begins in the mind, and under pressure, that can destroy your performance.
Happened anyhow, you know, from both of the sides. And Canelo, of course, will try to find some hard punch.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I want to get your thoughts on the co-main event between Dubois and Parker. That's obviously a huge title fight for the heavyweight championship of the world.
When you're faced with something unexpected and you're not mentally prepared, your entire body feels it. You become weak, Bivol explained. Mental strength is going to be key in this fight. He pointed to Canelo's past performances against fighters like Jermell Charlo and Callum Smith, where his opponents seemed to lack a strong mental edge. I don't think it's just about weight, Bivol added. It's about mindset. Dmitry Bivol is only the second man to defeat Alvarez, the first being Floyd Mayweather back in 2013. Now, Terence Crawford steps into the ring to face Canelo, entering with a clear size disadvantage against one of boxing's most dangerous champions.
He's a fighter with one of my favorite fighters, to be honest. I told it before and I'm telling it now. He's very smart. He knows how to use his skills, even that he's older than before. But he has a good chance, to be honest.
Oh.
And with his style.
What advice would you give?
What advice would you give Crawford? Crawford has already won world titles in 4 different weight classes and became undisputed in the 5th. A victory over Canelo could solidify his place among the all-time greats that is rarely the underdog. But this time, the odds are different. Still, Crawford believes he brings something unique to the table. We'll find out what edge I got during the fight, Crawford said. I like figuring fighters out round by round. That's what sets me apart. I adjust to anyone I face in that ring.
On how to beat Canelo if they were to fight?
I will not advise him because he knows already what to do, Why I should advise him? If he asks me, maybe I will tell my experience, but I will not advise because he could give advice.
With the Canelo versus Crawford showdown just 3 months away, opinions remain divided. Many still favor the Mexican superstar, but fighters like Dmitry Bivol are backing Crawford. Praising his combination of skill and adaptability, Bivol, one of only 2 men to defeat Canelo, earned a unanimous decision victory on May 7, 2022 at T-Mobile Arena. That dominant performance highlighted his technical brilliance and boosted his pound-for-pound ranking. Having shared the ring with Canelo, Bivol believes Crawford has a legitimate shot on September 13th. I had doubts at first, Bivol admitted. It's a big jump, 2 weight classes. But after seeing him up close, he's bigger than I expected and extremely skilled. Still, Bivol acknowledged that nothing is guaranteed. He can win, he said, but there are small factors we just can't predict, like how he'll handle the weight. It all depends on how well he adapts. Maybe he adjusts by fight night. He's talented, tricky, and he can switch between orthodox and southpaw. That makes him dangerous.
Favor Canelo or Crawford in the fight? How do you think the fight goes?
It goes Crawford will try to keep on the distance Canelo, but also just to keep Canelo on this distance, it's not just enough. He has good defense.
That's exactly what I plan to prove when I face Canelo, Crawford said. People say I'm too small, that I don't belong in the same ring, or that I won't stand a chance. But I know my body will respond at 168 pounds. I'm not stressing about the weight. I've put in the work. A journey like this takes preparation and discipline.
Sorry?
What do you make of the fight with Crawford and Canelo that's likely to be announced?
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent, and he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think the fight will be much more interesting.
What do you make of the weight in that fight, the weight difference?
I think Crawford will not...
Some experts believe that, at 34, Canelo Alvarez may be past his prime. Others still view him as a favorite over Crawford. But if Dmitry Bivol's prediction proves accurate, fans might witness only the 3rd loss of Canelo's legendary career scheduled for September 12th in Las Vegas. This clash between 2 reigning undisputed champions could become a defining moment in modern boxing history.
Let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants. Because we could see this fight, Canelo did everything. When he want to rest, he could rest easy in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, when he wants to work,
that guy didn't give him work. It's just rest.
You've
And I think with Crawford it will be harder to rest.
who do you think wins?
I don't know.
Crawford typically competes at welterweight, while Canelo dominates the super middleweight division. Despite the major leap in weight, the American has taken a careful, calculated approach, thoroughly studying his opponent before making the move to closely analyze Canelo's most recent fight in Saudi Arabia, where the Mexican star earned a decision win over Cuban contender William Skull. Crawford focused on Canelo's movement, tendencies, and patterns. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, Crawford said, Interview 13. Canelo.
Performance tonight?
Oh, I feel great. I win, you know. I come to put a great show, but you know, to put a great show, you need both fighters. So, but at the end of the day, win is a win.
Are you frustrated with William Scott?
Yeah, a little bit, but.
What did you say to him at the end of the fight?
I say to him.
It was it's not interesting to see the fight when one person doesn't want to win at all. But it was hard fight for Canelo because he was always aiming, and even the Skull didn't throw punches, and it's hard to catch him. You know, he's just moving, but his movement is good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Crawford firmly believes he can neutralize Canelo's power through smart movement and disciplined defense. After the fight in Saudi Arabia ended, Crawford stepped into the ring and faced Canelo directly, making the long-anticipated matchup official. The moment electrified boxing fans and confirmed that Crawford's preparation is not just physical, it's mental too. I see the gaps in his defense, and I know how to expose them, said Crawford's coach, Brian Bomack McIntyre. While Canelo enters as a betting favorite, his team understands they are not dealing with an ordinary opponent. Crawford brings a completely different kind of challenge to the...
You just come to, you can not win a fight like that, fighting like that, and he say, I'm sorry, you know, it's my first time, and I just tried to put a good fight, and I'm so sorry. That's fine.
What's your message to fighters who will fight you in the future? Obviously not Crawford, but with that kind of mindset, they just want to last the distance.
That's a mediocre mind. That's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put
this fight now.
Well, I've been wanting to fight. You know, I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, you know, this is the biggest fight in boxing today. I feel like this fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. You know, we both coming in an era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, or HBO era, that type of era. So I think this
Crawford already holds undisputed titles in 2 separate weight divisions, a rare achievement in boxing history. Now, he's aiming for a 3rd, this time against one of the sport's biggest icons. This fight isn't just massive. It's about Legacy.in an interview with Sway's Universe. Canelo addressed a highly anticipated matchup. Sure, I'm down. He's a good fighter, but at this weight, it's easy work, Canelo said. If the money's right, I'll take it. I don't like facing movers like Crawford. It makes for a boring fight. He ended with a pointed reminder. Weight divisions exist for a reason.